Are you worried that on your wedding day your dress might not fit? You could be dealing with weight fluctuation, which is perfectly natural, or it may be that you just want the peace of mind of knowing with 100% certainty that your dress will definitely fit. I'm going to share with you today my best wedding dress hack for making your dress adjustable. This is something for which you don't need a dressmaker, and it's something you can do yourself. Now, if you've already got a lace-up dress, so that's where there are loops at the back and a ribbon that you can tighten or loosen, you will know that your dress is basically adjustable. But if you love buttons and loops, then this is a really easy hack to make sure your dress is still adjustable even when you have buttons and loops. Before the wedding, you're going to sew 2 extra rows of buttons onto your dress. This means that on the day, you can see which row of buttons suits your body shape better, and you can snip off the ones that you don't want. Don't worry, I'm going to show you exactly how this works. It's a tried and tested method, and it's a really useful hack. Let's get into it. Step 1 is covering your buttons. Now, when you look at the back of your dress, if you have covered buttons, which is highly likely, then you're going to need to order some fabric and send them off to get those buttons covered. If you're worried about getting fabric and you think it's too much of a faff to cover some buttons yourself, you can just buy ready-made buttons. Pearl buttons look beautiful on the back of a wedding dress. Also crystal, so those are 2 options which don't involve you covering buttons at all. The next step is going to be measuring your buttons, and you measure across the widest part of the button. This will show you the correct size of button in order to get them through your loops. If they're too big, they won't go through. If they're too small, they'll just slip out once you've fastened them. So it's quite important to measure them and make sure you get the right size. The next step is you're going to calculate how many extra buttons you need. So you're going to look at the buttons on the back of your dress, count how many there are, and multiply that by 2. For example, if you have 15 buttons on your dress, multiply that by 2, that makes 30. You're going to order 30 extra buttons. So you will end up with a total of 45, your 15 original plus your 30 extra. Step 4 is to mark exactly where you're going to sew your buttons on. Now, I would suggest you lay your dress flat on a table and you measure exactly 1 inch to the right of each button and to the left of each button. When I do this, I usually put a pin at the top, a pin at the bottom, and a pin in the middle, and then I run a thread all the way up just in a simple running stitch, ideally in a different coloured thread so it makes it really easy to see where I'm going. And your final step is going to be to sew your 2 extra rows of buttons, one to the left of your existing row and one to the right of your existing row. So you are now all ready with your adjustable dress. So you're going to try your dress maybe a couple of days before the wedding with a trusted friend, and you're going to ask them to fasten you into the dress using the original set of buttons. So you should therefore have 1 set tucked behind and 1 set visible. You're then going to walk around in your dress, you're going to sit down, and you're just going to relax for 20 minutes. If your dress feels just a little bit too tight, then try fastening them on the looser row of buttons. If you find the dress feels like it's slipping down, try fastening them on the tighter row of buttons. But either way, I would highly recommend give yourself 20 minutes, because sometimes if you are worried about your weight fluctuating, you may put the dress on with the assumption that it's going to need adjusting, when in fact, if you fasten it using the original row of buttons, it may well be it feels totally fine. Sometimes you just need a few minutes for your dress to settle into place. But either way, you have the peace of mind now to know that you can fasten it on whichever row of buttons feels the most comfortable. And the last step is you're going to snip off the buttons that you don't need. So if the buttons that you've chosen are slightly different to the originals, actually it doesn't matter, because you're not going to see the original buttons and the new ones. You're going to have snipped off whichever ones you don't need. Now, I've demonstrated using one of my old sample bodices, but if you actually have a dress, then it may be, were you to fasten the dress using the tighter or the looser row of buttons, that you get a slight little triangle of bunching at the bottom of the dress. The dress was designed to be fastened using the original bow of buttons. To get around this, all you're going to do is add a little feature at the bottom of your buttons, and this is something you can prepare before the wedding. I would recommend either a little bow and tails, you could add a flower, you could add a brooch, or you could even add a detachable train, and I'll show you in one of my other videos how to make a detachable train if this sounds a fun idea. It's a lovely additional feature, nobody will ever know, and it just and keeps that bottom of the button area really tidy. If you look in the description, you can also download my free Peaceful Dress Journey guide, which does exactly what it says on the tin. It's full of practical tips and advice and ideas to make sure that you have complete peace of mind and you feel fully prepared and confident in your wedding dress. Thank you for watching. It was lovely to talk to you, and I will see you next time.